What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I am jumping right out of my comfort zone into a mono blue brew. Mono blue brew. Try saying that 5 times fast. Definitely not the usual thing I play, but I thought let's try something different, and so far it's been really fun. Like, it's a new challenge, playing cards that I'm not used to playing that often. Like, out of blue cards, like the card I play the most is, Saw It Coming in, like, let's say a Dimir shell or a Prismari shell, or something that plays blue as a splash so that you can get a few counter spells. But I don't play much just mono blue at all. But because we've got new Manland, which is probably the best one of all of them, Hall of the Storm Giants, we've got a pretty sweet Planeswalker in the form of Mordenkainen. Iymrith Desert Doom isn't bad dragon, and Alrund's Epiphany is just busted as fuck. Then I started thinking to myself there might actually be something to it, and what really got me started on this whole mission was Wizard class. I've been on this trip of like trying to play all the different class cards well and finding out what the best shell for them are, and I think this is probably what you're trying to do with Wizard class. I mean, no maximum hand size, fits really good with Mordenkainen. Drawing cards, always good in blue. And then the level 3 is actually kind of the win con of the deck. Like, whenever you draw a card, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. There are not that many creatures, but we do have the little birdies from the Alrund's Epiphany. We do have a dragon turtle. We do have the Desert Doom itself, and most importantly, we do have the illusions from Mordenkainen. So those +1/+1 counters are going to end up on those creatures, and you'll be surprised how many times it actually kind of wins the game. Of course, there's way better decks out there in the meta. I wouldn't recommend crafting this straight up if you're missing some of the bits and pieces, but if you've got all the cards already, then it's worth, playing something different. The meta is getting really stale in Standard 2022. Most of the decks have been discovered, I think, and most of the people that are, hungry for wins are playing the top 3-4 best ones, and you just keep coming up against them. So if you just feel like doing something new and having a bit of fun, I recommend skinning these up or sleeving these up and taking it for a spin. Other new AFR cards, most notably Contact Other Plane, which is great. Once again, if you hit the amazing 20, you get to scry 3, then draw 3 cards. But even if at the minimum you draw 2, that's pretty sweet, because again, you're not only growing the Dog Illusions from Mordenkainen, you are drawing cards, which is always good. It's instant speed, which is also great, and you can put counters on things if you've got a level 3 wizard class. The rest is just your sort of typical blue things going on, right? Bouncy spells, which also draw if you kick it. Into the Roil is cool. The nice little synergy that I discovered in one of my other decks a little while back that I'm quite proud of. I doubt I'm the only person who's figured this one out, but it's pretty sweet. You flash in Dragon Turtle for 3, tap something. The next turn you untap, you can Bubble Snare it for 1 instead of having to kick the kicker cost, because the creature's already tapped for you, and then that creature will no longer untap. So very typical sort of mono bluey control-y stuff, keeping things tapped with this enchantment aura, bouncing things with Into the Roil, countering stuff with Negate and Saw It Coming, again tapping stuff with the Dragon Turtle, and then topping off with multiple turns of Alrund's Epiphany, that if you've already got a couple of big dog illusions in play, or you've put some counters on a few of the other creatures, then tends to win the game. And if all else fails, you got these massive 7/7 storm giant land things, which is pretty incredible. Sneaky one of that, we'll see if it actually ends up doing anything, which also doubles as a land, which does bring the land count up to 25, is one copy of Seagate Restoration, which does have the same text as Wizard class. You have no maximum hand size. And Mordenkainen's -10, which we rarely get to go off, but if you do, also says you have no maximum hand size. So kind of tripling up on that text in the deck, which is quite cool. If we can ever pull it off and we get into one of those long drawn out games, that could be really, really explosive and fun to do. And make some gigantic dog illusions. That's the deck. It's pretty straightforward. We're just trying to control the board until we get Mordenkainen out or an Iymrith, and then start putting counters on those with Wizard class and drawing a lot of cards. Easy peasy, right? Let's see if we can do it. Let's jump into some games. Away, Maxi. How are you, brother? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Playing some mono blue. A little bit outside of my comfort zone, but hey. For all of you who are watching at the moment, this is the one time during the entire video which I will ask you to consider subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. And of course, like, comment, and hit the bell notification icon if you would like to be notified when I'm gonna do these streams. Now that that's out of the way, let's kick some ass. What color is this? Mono green? Selesnya? Haven't seen these sleeves. Hello, Adam MTG. Adamant. I think I should probably mulligan this. Oh. Yay. It's mono white. And they got to start. We're fucked. I can tell you already that we are fucked. It's too quick. You never know, right? Without any removal, I hate this deck with a passion. Deep passion. Now he knows my entire strategy. Oh. What are you doing awake, dude? Oh. Of course, he's always got two of these fucking spells. Do you know what I think about Elite Spellbinder? That's what I think about Elite Spellbinder.
I have no more quarrel.
Most annoying card in Standard, period. Okay, this game is over.
Sleepy.
This is bound to happen on one of my streams. Everybody, this is Vincent. My little boy. life of an MTG dad.
Maintain balance and topple the mighty. I am never defenseless.
It's a pretty big doggy. Freaking lame. What do we do here? Little children are the worst. Are just so frustratingly annoying. And so is this guy. What an asshole. Can't do anything to this thing. Now I can't do... Oh, God, unbelievable. What a crock of poop. Biggest crock of shit ever. What the fuck deck is this? Yeah, that was really cool. MTG Brew Dad. Hey, Moonwatcher. Yeah, he always cries when I play blue. MTG Brew Dad. I love that. Just get like one game when we start with more than one land would be great. Goddamn Prismari dragons. Saw it coming. I don't feel like we're going to win a single game. Actually won like a bunch of games earlier in unranked with this deck. As soon as you jump unranked, it's just... Yeah, that took you a while to decide to do. Who else is sick of Prismari dragons? Raise your hand. Yeah, I'm also very happy with that. To be honest, I kind of hate it. Just the worst draws. I'm so sick of Goldspan. I can't wait till there's the new Planeswalker from Innistrad that looks like it kind of deals with it. Wrenn and 7 or whatever. Looks like I got him to sleep. Yeah, I think Prismari Dragons is going to be a lot better when we get a best of 3 in standard 2022, you know, post rotation. Then with a sideboard, that deck's going to be unbeatable. But as things stand, people have figured out the best way is to deal with Goldspan already, so it's not as good. Okay, let's stop damaging my rank. Hey Billy, welcome to the stream, my bro. Good to have you. Good to have you guys. Edwin had a really late night. He had to bring his stepdad into the ER or something, and he hadn't had any sleep, so he had to take a nap. So these 2 land hands every single game. Unbelievable. Even in unranked. Oh dear, dear, dear. FML. $25 lands in the deck. Yeah, no, everything's fine with him. Absolutely. He said everything was okay. Ooh, I have a feeling this guy's gonna try that, like... Okay, I'm conceding this match. The Litjara something. Reflections of Litjara. Where you, like, pick angels, and then every time you cast the picked type, it doubles it. Pretty cool card, actually. I should fiddle around with that. Get my jank on. That's better. Tonight I'm sipping on some of that ouzo. It's like Greek. Another 2-land hand. Mate, I just don't know what to do anymore to just get a decent draw. It's like Greek aniseed liqueur. It's quite nice. Brock. I always think of the Pokemon dude. It's really tough to come up with something unique in Standard 2022 right now. There's a very limited card pool, and I just feel like I've done most of everything that's gonna win games. There's still a few bits and bobs that I need to, like, refine. Yeah, Brock was such a legend. Sorry. No Iymrith for you. Iymrith. That's all it took. Today I spent 5-6 hours in the lab tinkering with spirits. I always find it so funny. Like, I spent all day doing, like, clerics, spirits, Mardu clerics. Edwin sent me one. We did like 5 different decks. Spent all day tinkering with it, and then I turn on my YouTube and CGB has made a bloody cleric deck today as well, or spirits deck as well today. It's like, I was gonna stream that one, and then it just would have looked like I copied him. So I ended up playing the mono blue one instead. Probably a mistake. I'll give you guys a little sneak preview of what I got brewing at the end of the stream. It's pretty solid, I think. I'm still undecided whether the Mardu one is... I was complaining about 2-land hands, and we get a 4-land hand. A Farmland hand. Do you guys know if you tap the dragon, he opens his eye? I kind of just found that out yesterday. Class. Class. Oh, and he wiggles his tail if you touch the tail. Trelisara. Ready to bet my bottom dollar. There's so much of this in unranked. People play this crap. Finn and Toski. You can give Finn Death Touch with the Vorpal sword thing. That's pretty cool. Alright, Moonwatcher. Thanks for coming in. Good luck at work. See you soon, brother. Peace out. Draw 2. Nice. Put a Bubble Snare on this chickie. Unless he's got a Snakeskin Veil. Which would kind of suck. No? Okay, that's good. Okay, we can start Alrunding Epiphanies next turn. Which is quite nice. And then we can do it a second time. Okay, this is kind of the point at which the deck turns around. You can like get to that Alrund's blockers. I usually get down to like 6 like that, and then it starts to turn around a bit. Ooh, Nisalaki. Oh, oh, nice. It's not possible in Mythic to play that kind of jank. Like, you'll lose 90% of the time. Blood on the Snow decks, fucking ramp, turn 3 Onyx, like just ridiculous stuff going on. Which is great, I love it, don't get me wrong, but you need to be playing something that's ready to face that or you're just gonna get fucked. I think today, I promise you, is the last day I'm going to be doing this. It's time to start jumping into some, like, try-hard, wannabe, actual proper decks from tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to start refining the top meta decks. I'm going to do, like, a top-tier list. And then, yeah, just like refine. Oop. Ooh. Nice. Iymrith into Mordenkainen. I love that art. You need to have... sorry buddy, you didn't read the card. It's almost full moon. Got it right in front of my window. It's so pretty tonight. Okay, probably just do the Herald of Hadar. Hello Mal, welcome to the stream, brother. Good to have you. Thanks for jumping on. Okay. Cool, he doesn't tap. That's nice. Sorry, Mono Black. Oh, it's nice. Scoop-de-doo. Scoop-de-doo, Basil. Off you go. That's a complicated nickname. I wonder if that's his real email address. Okay. Life drain with loads of card draw. Reminds me of early Strixhaven standard. Not looking good. Oh god. One. Bonk. Of course. We're fucked. We are so fucked. Another one. Come on, man. Whatever. Game over. Alright guys, this deck is probably quite rubbish. It's time for me to start winding the stream down and putting in some sneak preview for tomorrow. Those of you who stick around to the end, I like to say this as much as I can. You're my favorite people in the whole wide world. The view time is so crucial. So, Edwin sent me this thing. Something like this. I did some tweaks to it already. But essentially, Venerable Warsinger and Radiant Scroll Wielder both fetch things out of the graveyard. The Venerable Warsinger fetches creatures. The Radiant Scroll Wielder fetches spells. Both Joffrey and Quintorius benefit from that happening. Whenever something leaves the graveyard, you create a 3/2 red and oh, it's only yeah, one or more. It's not a permanent. It can be spell or creature. And Joffrey gives those spirits +1/+1 trample and haste, and Quintorius gives them +1 and 0. And I've been dying to play with these cards for so long, and I never quite got a deck to properly pop off with it. And so this was my attempt. Unfortunately, this version didn't have any card draw, and so I scratched it, and I went into something more along these lines with Showdown of the Skalds to help put counters onto the Venerable Warsinger instead of using the Sparring Regimen. And the cool little synergy is this one. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you've got Stonebound Mentor in play and the Radiant Scroll Wielder, whenever a instant or sorcery that's in your graveyard leaves the graveyard at the beginning of your upkeep because of Radiant Scroll Wielder, that triggers the Stonebound Mentor. So you get to scry before your draw step every turn, so you can really smooth out your draws. And then of course that's also if you've got these guys in play. I just talked about what that does. And yeah, Blade Historian as a nice little finisher. Also Joffrey gives spirits +1/+1 and trample. The Venerable Warsinger is a spirit, so it becomes a 4/4 with trample even before you start putting tokens on it. So pretty cool. Then I got into like, okay, well, let's put in the Stonebound guy because that's a spirit. And then I got into like slightly more exile-y stuff because Showdown of the Skulls exiles stuff. Every time you foretell either Dual Strike or the Demon Bolt, that's exiling something. So there's a few ways of and whenever a creature dies that's on the battlefield, it gets exiled by Joffrey, so that also grows the Stonebinder. So we had a few nice ways of growing the Stonebind familiar, and then no Quintorius, so not so much on the reanimate-y spirits things, but more on just spirity synergy with exile. And then Guardian of Faith to save us from sweepers. And then the final version was Mardu, where we got a little bit creative and put in a Dream Devourer to ramp into Joffrey and Quintorius faster, and the Haunting Voyage to bring all the spirits back. And then we also managed to throw in a couple of copies of Silverquill Command, which is quite tasty. This is probably the one I would like to focus on, but yeah, probably more on that tomorrow. I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight, ladies and gents. Sorry for the janky blue stuff. I was caught off guard by CGB, and I wanted mine to be better. So I'll be working on those, and I'll probably do like a mash of all of them and fuse them into one and bring it to you tomorrow night at the same time, same place. And yeah, until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.